Welcome back to Football Manager 2024 Rebuilding Cologne. So we start off our tenure in charge against Saarbrücken in the first round, and we have had some transfers that we did do. We do have Asan coming in, potentially on loan for the end of the season. There could be a mandatory future fee as well, which is I think an optional, which is around 12 million. But we also have Heinz, who's probably going to end up leaving us. Oh no, he's joining us, sorry. Towards the end of the transfer window, so he is a defender as well, but we will kind of see where he ends up fitting in. We don't have the reports on him just yet, but with him coming in, we might decide to let someone else go, just because he can play center back, and why would they bring him in if they weren't going to start him? And then we have Aladou, who might be coming in as well. But some of the transfers that we end up doing, we end up getting Levi Skyam. We end up getting him on free. He is a Danish player as well. Just got him on free, and then we sent him on loan immediately. Christensen came in as a sub for us. On loan for us. We do have a mandatory future fee or a potential future fee that we could do as well. So we're going to evaluate everything towards the end, but he can play attacking left mid. So currently he is only 10th best player, but there's not much difference between a 2-star and a 2.5-star or a 3-star that we have there. So that's pretty good for us. Christensen could eventually play for us as well. We do have Augustin Guillet, who we end up getting for 11 million. He is an Argentinian, so based on the rules that we end up having, we can sign Danish players and Argentinians. He is currently the third best right back, but I think we end up getting in someone else as well. But he can also play midfield as well. We might even train him as attacking right mid, because I feel as though everyone that ends up playing the right back should be able to play attacking as well. But all in all, looks pretty good. He should develop into one of our better players. Definitely could be a Bundesliga standard player eventually. We did get this guy, Bilal, who's also German. He's a 17-year-old. We're trying to send him on loan as well. We got him for around 500k. A couple teams wanted him as well. He is currently only a third league level. And then we also got Balde as well. We're going to try and send on loan. His pace is pretty good, and a couple teams wanted him as well. He could play in the Bundesliga in a couple seasons. So if we end up sending him on loan, we definitely like the likelihood of that. This guy, Philip Penke, is our backup goaltender. Not really worth that much. And then we end up getting Rasmus Cartensen on loan as well. We end up getting him on free for loan, but we are still evaluating. I think we can potentially get him for around 1.3. So we're just going to evaluate that and see whether or not we do want him. Since he didn't cost us anything, there's no harm in doing this. But we did end up offloading some of our players as well. Skyam ended up going on loan, like I said. Duda was already gone, and then Schmidt ends up going for 1.6 to Brentford. So we ended up letting him go. He wasn't really one of our better ones. Already third best, and we end up bringing in a couple guys that can play his position a little bit better than him. And then also we end up sending on loan Kainz, who was our captain, or is our captain still. But we sent him on loan for around 2.2 million just to get everything started. And then we do have the option of him signing them permanently for 6 million, which would be huge for us. We do definitely want him to go because that would be a colossal payment. We did get rid of Adiyam as well, who's an Armenian. We did get rid of him for about 7.25, so he only played one season for us for 1.3, but feels that we have better options as well. And then I think Dietz as well. Dietz for 105k, so not really that much, but is a decent amount off the payroll. And currently our finances look like this. Around 520 is our payroll, and we're spending around 100k less. So we do have a decent amount to bring in players. Probably towards the transfer window in January is probably what we'll do. And then we have around 2 million, which is a little bit more than what we had. Well, actually, it's probably double than what we had at the beginning, or triple now. But I think some of that factors in with some of the players that we end up getting as well. But I did look at the debts and loan, and currently we're expected to pay a sizable amount over the next couple of years. We are in debt for around 50 million. I know just one season, the top four of German Bundesliga should pay that. I know that's not necessarily how it works, but projections is at least showing that we should be fine. Our expenditures are going to go down just a little bit, but everything else seems in the green so far. So as long as we kind of keep it that way, we should be fine. And then we'll take a look at the media prediction as to what they're expecting from us. And currently in the Bundesliga, they are looking at, oh, we're a little bit better than what we were before. Before we were projected a little bit lower, but now we're around 14th, 150 or 150 to 1 to win it all. So on level with Werder Bremen and Mainz as well as Augsburg. So they are expecting us to kind of finish a little bit in the middle there. We could finish a little bit above Union Berlin as well, so I wouldn't be surprised. But this is currently what it's saying for our best 11, though. With this formation, we do have, I think Mania's we're trying to get rid of as well, but he's currently still on our team as well. He's 24. He's listed already. He was listed before we even took over, and we definitely are hoping that we can get results here. So let's see if we can beat Saarbrücken and get this started off on the right foot. And here's the squad for the first game. We have Schwab, Fehrengraf, Martel, Killian, Gay, Hussel, Basic. I'm going to call him Dennis, Christensen, the other Christensen as well, Mania, DL, and Walschmidt as well. DL is currently wanted by a decent amount of teams. He doesn't want to sign with us afterwards, after his contract, so either we convince him to stay with us by playing him as much as possible, or we hopefully ends up transferring him out to one of the big teams. I'm not going to really force it, but we're definitely going to want to do that before January, because we'll lose him forever. So this might be the window that we end up parting ways with him, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I'm just hoping that they end up giving us a decent offer for them. So anyone that doesn't know Saarbrücken, they ended up beating, they're actually still in the cup now, but they ended up beating Bayern Munich throughout it, which was kind of sad as well. It was a very good game. If you guys can have a chance, I would rewatch that because it was pretty awesome towards the end. But we do have our starting right back, Gay, getting his chance at playing for us. And already we seem to be dictating almost a goal very early on. But it is what it is. They're choosing to play with three center backs, and we're playing with two strikers. So, I mean, I do like our odds here. DL already running through them. It's going to really suck to lose them, but we score in the first minute. Walschmidt gets the rebound off of DL's goal, and it's already 1-0. This is very good for us in terms of the cup, but I feel as though our next game against Borussia Dortmund, we're going to have a little bit more struggles. We won't show that. We'll probably show our Wolfsburg game, because it feels like we have a better chance at getting a result there. Despite in real life Borussia Dortmund not doing that well, I kind of envision them just destroying us in the game for sure. Almost go level there, but hits off the crossbar. And Rizzuto looks like he's doing pretty well for them. Schmidt to DL, and on his first game he ends up scoring. That's awesome. Already an amazing signing. The best signing this team's ever had. No, I'm kidding. But that was a very good feed from DL. And then Gay got it up 2-0. I'm not even going to focus on the offside. Times it perfectly, actually. And he might be better as an attacking mid. We're definitely going to have to look at training him that in that angle as well. Maybe he's wasted at the defense there. But we'll kind of see how well he does this game. And I'm just hoping that we don't have... Wow. Neudecker ends up scoring. This is going to be very difficult for me pronouncing all the names. I'm going to try my best, though. If I pronounce anything wrong, feel free to mention in the comment section. And geez, that was a nice shot. I will give him that. So it's 2-1 in not that many minutes. So 10 minutes in and there's already 3 goals. this does not look like it's going to be a very defensive sound match. We do get caught on the break here. Oh, I'm not even going to try that. We end up getting it back pretty easily. Killian ends up finding Christensen, and then Findraff. I don't even know what the accent of the A would be. But again, Gay with it to Mania, and then DL almost getting one in. It's probably why he's sought after by the top teams. I feel as though we might have to offer him out, though. He is probably one of our better attacking mids, and it does kind of suck that he's already decided that he doesn't want to play with us next season. But I just wonder how much we can possibly get for him, though. Because I don't imagine it being that much, and even if we end up getting a percentage of his future fee, I don't think it's going to be... Oh my god, we go level. Sawtimer ends up getting the level here. 2-2. And we're not doing that great right now. We're not even going to look at that. But we're going to encourage our team, because we started off strong, but somehow the 2 shots they have on target are the deciding factor here. 1.61 on XG, though. And Martel, with a long pass there, I feel as though we might be exposed by teams throughout the midfield, though, because we do have 2... yeah, it is kind of odd that we're getting caught with 2 defensive midfielders. Oh, beauty goal, though. Mania ends up finding Walschmidt with 2 goals there, and a very nice dance. I've never seen that one before. But yeah, I'm surprised that we've conceded so much so early with 2 center backs, or sorry, with 2 defensive midfielders and 4 at the back. It seems kind of odd to be going down that quickly with that kind of formation. But I know, obviously I know us being, the morale does have a big factor with it. Christensen with a chance there. We could have gone up by 2 goals once again in the game, but we do get the corner. 30 minutes in. Finkraff. Christensen finds him and then gets the ball back again. Walschmidt almost gets the end of it, and Zeitz ends up getting it. We're beating them by a whole goal there. Christensen, oh my god. And game 1, he's already injured. That is not a good sign. Martel finds Christensen, and we're up by 2 goals there. We're going to kind of see how Gay ends up doing this. Over the next, we'll probably sub him at halftime. See if we can, it's a tight hamstring. So it's probably not going to be anything serious. He just might miss the next game. But Christensen finds him. I'm going to probably call him by his first name, though. Mania, and we almost get it. We almost go up 3 goals there. But I mean, 6 goals in the first half is pretty crazy. It looks like he's nursing it a little bit. As long as he doesn't have to run too much. Christensen goes half-ass on it. And it's going to be confusing with 2 Christensens as well. Schwab finds Finkraff, who is our youngster, I believe. And almost getting an interception there. And then Guy gets it. He's going to cross it in. It's going to be a nice cross. Just watch. Oh no, to Christensen. To the other Christensen. We almost get another goal there. Corner kick. And we could go up another one here. No one gets the end of it. We get it back, though. At least there's no no offside there, which I do like. And just conceding for a goal kick there. And just before the half, they're going to have another chance at lowering the deficit here. And it does look like they're going to have a very good chance. Sottheimer, again with a shot. Schwab ends up denying it. We're going to be in a search for another goalkeeper, though. We do have a youngster as well, and we do have someone else joining us, I think, in January. So maybe we don't need to focus too much on it, but I did look at Ernst that we had with the Luton save, and we did look at some of the German guys that we ended up getting in that series. We might get them later on, though, at some point. It feels though they're not good enough in the early seasons, but eventually they start getting pretty good. Does look like he's at least at half, so we will bench him now. And at least okay, so Augustin. We can call him Augustin. And then Cartizan is going to come in instead. And it looks like Deal might be a little bit tired as well. Fingraf and the other Christensen, or one of the Christensens, might be a little bit tired as well. I didn't realize that Deal was striker. I thought he was attacking mid for a second, but we probably won't have to sub him then. Good interception there. Deal's playing pretty low though, and that just goes away for nothing. Actually blocked. Okay, so it goes for a corner. And we're not even home. I thought we were home for a second, but we're playing away for our first game. Uafero gets denied. And it just looks like it's going to reset here. I'm not sure what the rules for substitutions are. If it's going to be 3 or 5 like in the Prem. But we'll have to kind of gauge that. And poorly executed there, and we do concede. That was just a terrible challenge there. We do get it back though, but it's still a horrible challenge by our right back. I do want Augustin back for sure. We do get a corner. We're going to probably make a sub pretty soon here. Martel tries to go for a bicycle kick. Can't quite get it. And around 65 is when we're going to end up doing the switch. We'll make it here. We're still in a positive mindset. Chabot, Hogger is terrible. Selke's going to come in. We're going to take off DL. And then... not too bad. Chabot. We'll bring in him. We'll take out one of our defensive midfielders here. We'll take off... yeah, let's take off Christensen. We'll probably need him for the next game. And let's see if we can actually take off another one. I'm not sure what the... like I said, I'm not sure what the rules are. And... Najkob. Oh, that guy's the guy that we're trying to get rid of. So put in maybe Chabot here for Killian. So it does let us. So we'll have another sub after this. And still doubling them on shots and shots on target and XG. So everything is looking pretty swimmingly for us. But the fact that we did concede is not a good start. We get one back. I think that was the guy that we didn't end up subbing that ends up getting it. Hussein Basic, who doesn't really sound German. And we'll do this one. We'll put in Limnos for Mania for our last sub. Possession-wise, it's very close actually. Chabot already getting a yellow, and he hasn't really played that much. Fingraf with it, crosses it in, almost going up 6-2 here. But we'll get the other corner, and let's see if we can manage to get something here. And it looks like, unlike in real life, they aren't going to be the giant slayers that they thought they were. Dennis getting the goal as well. Hussein Basic. And we go up 6-2, so yeah, not much that they can do. But if they end up facing Dortmund, I'm sure they would have been able to beat them. Or Munich as well. I mean, the fact that they scored 2 goals is still pretty impressive. Arguably 3. I'll say arguably 3. I did kind of want to play as Saarbrücken as well. But we're going to kind of stick with, obviously, this team. But I think as soon as they end up beating the Giants, I did want to take control of them. But, I mean, I feel as though this is probably more fitting for us anyways. Good pass, nice through ball. Can we score again before the end? No, we can't. And that looks like it's going to be it. Their goalie's not doing very well. Schreiber, who's on loan from Leipzig, so that should be pretty telling. You'd expect him to play a little bit better than what he is now. He did get a shutout in his first game in the 3rd division. And wow, that was pretty pathetic. So 6-3 looks like it's going to be the final. And I don't know who decided to not play that. Could be our, looks like it could be our center backs. I guess Martel as well. I don't really think I want to be playing Martel as our back. I might want to play him as defensive mid. I think for this game it was okay. But it does look like we have a decent amount of guys that are exhausted. And that looks like it's going to be all she wrote. We're going to start off this campaign with a win. A 1-0 win. And extremely happy about that. And we did play a lot of our youngsters for it. So let's see if there's anyone else that... any big clubs end up losing. So Frankfurt ends up losing. Geez, in extra time. Stuttgart beats Dresden. And then, wow, Augsburg as well. Looks like they're knocked out. Dortmund just making easy work of them. And I don't see anyone else, but does look like some bigger teams are definitely going to be out of the competition. So I do like our odds at playing some of the lower league teams. So let's jump to our first game. Hopefully our first game at home though, against Wolfsburg. So before our next game, we did end up facing Borussia Dortmund, and somehow we managed to walk away with a tie. I'll be honest, we were leading pretty heavily. They didn't decide to show up until around the 75th minute, so pretty much their whole stats is from that. But throughout the whole thing, we did dominate for the most part, and it is kind of shocking that we didn't manage to get any goal at the end of it, considering we had so many the first game that we had. But that's the result that we end up having just before the Wolfsburg game. Let's see if we can manage to get a result here. We have Schwab going in net, Fingraf, Chabot, Hubbers, and Guy, which is Augustin. And we have Martel and I'm not even going to say that name, Dejan. It's going to start as well. Then Christensen and Mania is going to start. And then we have Waldschmidt and Selke that are going to get the nod here. We're desperately trying to get rid of DL because I didn't realize that his contract is ending next season very early on, so we're trying to get rid of him. We've listed him at 3.9. It is very unfortunate that he doesn't want to sign with us. It is kind of stupid that you can't negotiate for him to stay with you and promise him everything in the world, but it does look like he's going to be leaving us, and I really hope it's not for free, so we're going to be trying to offload him before the trade deadline, or the transfer window, sorry. I always say trade deadline. And let's see if we can manage to win against the other team that ended up having a tie. This is our home opener, though. And this is probably a showcase between how well we're going to actually play throughout the rest of the season. This is probably a staple because Wolfsburg's no slouch. I did think that Dortmund would have played a little bit better, but like I said, they didn't show up until the very end. And I didn't even realize that we were playing more of a positive role. So I think when we changed it from cautious, we did allow them to go back into the game. So I don't think I'll be fidgeting with anything that we end up starting off strong with. I was just more so concerned that they were going to catch us on something. But they didn't really have too many opportunities. Like they had their first corner in around the 75th minute. And Christensen already with a yellow. That's not a good sign. And Fingraf, who's our youngster, definitely one of our younger players that we're trying to incorporate in the first team. Good by Christensen there. We still maintain possession here, and we are putting them on their heels. Then Hubbers now with it to Martel. Back to Hubbers. Let's play it the right. Yep. Let's play the right wing. Good pass to Mania. Originally we had Mania going on transfer, but I did see that he's probably one of our better attacking right mids. And somehow that falls in. Own goal. Kaminski, the Polish guy, the Polish goalkeeper, ends up allowing the ball to go in. I don't even know how that went in, but I haven't seen any of these in the English Premier League, so I guess it hits off of them. Nobody ends up touching it, and then somehow it looks like Selke might have got a piece on it, but he's celebrating as though he did. Well, I guess Kaminski isn't their goalkeeper. My bad. I just remember there being a Polish goalkeeper. And Christensen almost getting one in there. He's one of the loanees that we have right now that we're trying to see whether or not we do want to bring him in permanently. And all the youngsters are going to get every opportunity here. We do get another corner, 20 minutes in. And it does find us in third place. I find that very odd. especially since we should be battling towards the bottom. But the more money that we end up getting, the better it is, obviously. So even a couple positions might mean a lot more for us, considering we will owe for our right backs fee as well. I think we have to pay around 11 million over the next couple years, and Selke getting it up 2-0. And I'm really hoping this is how what we have to expect for the rest of the season here. And Fingraf doing pretty good with Christensen. Christensen with the cross there, and he's not going to command that much, so we're definitely going to try and sign him at the end of the season. The transfer policy will factor in players that are currently with us as well, so we will be able to bring him in and finalize that transfer before next transfer window, or before next season, and it won't count towards the transfer policy that we decided to instill on ourselves to make it a little bit more tough to be able to develop this nation and this team. But we did go up 2-0 against Saarbrücken, so I could easily see ourselves dropping a goal here, but not with shots like that. So we will gladly take that goal kick. And they haven't gotten a shot on net yet, but they are just one shot total behind us. And Lacroix with it. Looks like it might be their highlight, unless they end up screwing up. And they're playing all the way from the back, and Mania ends up getting it. No problem here. But he just kicks it way above. No chance. Oddly enough, we're in second place. That is super odd to see. And we'll look at more of the table. I care more about the table. But up 2-0, and all I see is a bunch of green. That green really does stand out. And we'll look to, I think Guess Christensen's probably going to take time off after this. We will bring in DL, just so at least the fans can get one last look at him. And it looks like we're going to get a penalty here. Christensen gets knocked over. It's either going to be on him or he's going to get a card. Penalty awarded, so we'll take that all day. Who's going to take it? Cedric gets the yellow for them. Selke probably? Oh, Waldschmidt gets it. Hits it off the crossbar. My God. I can honestly say I haven't seen too many missed penalties on my end throughout every single save that I've managed. I've only seen probably a handful in all the seasons. That is a blatant... Oh my God, it's going to be a red. What the hell is this guy doing? That was the dumbest play I have ever seen. Oh my God. Okay, so we'll bring in... I guess we'll take off Waldschmidt. Waldschmidt's going to go down. That was so stupid. And I guess it does give us a chance to bring in the youngster that we do want to possibly bring in for a full permanent transfer. And we're going to bring in Asan. He's going to play here for us. He's the first sub that we end up doing. That is so disappointing. I might even get rid of him for that kind of tackle. That is just disappointing. And we're up 2-0. We look like we're coasting, and then all of a sudden we're going to be playing on our back foot here. Now we just got to hope that they get a yellow or a red as well. Or don't get a shot on net for the rest of the game. They do have a decent amount of yellows, to be honest. And Martel getting the ball, but then losing it immediately. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to play a little bit more defensive. Selke now with it. Back to Fingraf. And I swear I will get the pronunciations on these names by the end of the save, hopefully. If we end up getting French players, it's going to be a lot easier. Oh, going in on that challenge. Come on. We're just allowing them to get into this game. Gets denied to a corner, though. And Hassan not doing anything yet. No grade. Freiburg up 2-0. And we will count ourselves lucky if we manage to get her this at least above them. Their shots are now starting to add up, and they're ahead of us by that one extra shot. And we concede another corner here. So Christensen's probably going to come off. And we're down. Yeah, we're down. It's 2-1. Very disappointing. If that penalty went in, it would have been a different story. So we're going to make our subs here. Going to take off Christensen. DL's going to play instead. Maybe Augustin's going to come off. And we're going to put in Cardison. Still have two more. Martel's going to stay for sure. Selke would be the only other one that I would take off, but maybe we'll put in DL at the top. Actually, we don't have anyone else that can play, so very disappointing. So Selke looks like he's going to play. Mania's the only other one, I guess. Hussein can come in, actually. I feel, okay, we'll do this. DL can play right and left. Mania can come off. Selke can only play striker. So we might move him up here. And then take off Mania for Hussein. Hussein played very well in that game against Saarbrücken. So maybe we rest our faith a little bit on him as well. And we lose it immediately. That is not good. Almost level here. And I'm just sweating. I'm just sweating like crazy. And our subs go through. We now bump down to third, but I mean, I wasn't going to get comfortable at that position anyways. It would really suck to end this with 2 ties, though. Oh my god. Offside, though. Has to be offside. Has to be offside. There's no way it's not. Good. So we're gonna go more of a defensive approach. I feel as though we might want to actually make another switch here. I think we're gonna take off Selke. We're gonna put in Christensen instead. We're gonna take him off. We're gonna bring him here. Can Hussein Beck can play a little bit above, so we'll move him here. And maybe do like more of a false 9. Is he 6? Number 6? Okay, so it does look like he can play there. Okay, good. And then we'll bring in Christensen here. That is just annoying, though. So we give up the striker. We'll bring in the attacking mid instead. And we might want to actually, here, I might do this as well, just for the end. We'll put in, what position? Bring in DL as, actually, we'll swap this up. Yeah. We'll bring in him. DL's going to be the top striker. We'll try something new, a brand new formation. And we'll do this. Have him at the front, and then have 3, Jesus, 3 in the middle. It's very annoying. Oh my god, okay. Just watch. When I move it now, he's going to be able to do it. Oh, so annoying. Okay, so we'll do this. There we go, finally. It just takes forever. We'll just have him as the top striker. Let's see if DL can actually get it. If DL gets a goal at the end, I will laugh hysterically. But what was a dominant performance looks like it's all escaping us now. And it's all because of that one blunder, that one terrible tackle at half that didn't belong at all. So Asan, oh my god, Asan could have scored here. We could have went up. 3-1, but we're going to settle for 2-1. 6 minutes extra time. That was our 7th shot on the day. Good foul. I'll take that all day. As long as it doesn't cost us. And it just gets head away. Good job. They get it towards the very end here. And Schwab gets it. And just hold on to it. We can manage to get our first win of our tenure, or second win of our tenure actually, but first in the league. All we have to do is just hold on here. And I'll be looking at getting rid of Dijon for sure. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I will definitely remember this stupid guy for getting rid of, almost giving up the first win that we could have got in the Bundesliga. I just hope he's not worth the most. He is wanted too. Could improve slightly. He is our best midfielder. So maybe not. Unless we can get like a Son number, so we can get a Son next season. He'll get more upset if you go beyond. Okay. We're not going to appeal, obviously. That was pretty stupid. But I don't know. We're happy with the win. And we'll see what we can do for the end of the transfer. But we'll do that in the next episode to see if we can manage to get rid of some of our players. But we'll come back. We'll come back for the Leipzig game, and we'll come back for the Carlisle game. Actually, no. We'll come back for the Mönchengladbach game, and then we'll come back for the Carlisle game. So we'll come back for those two, just because that's our rival. So we'll definitely want to see if we can get a leg up on them. And then Leipzig, we'll end up playing them next time. We'll probably play them when we're at home, though. So hopefully we can manage to get a result there. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully you like this series. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And thank you for watching. Until next time.